Breaking news, Trump just posted this on Truth Social. The most powerful reset. The rise and fall of superpowers. China is rising in power. America's lost 96 to 97% of its buying power. Wake up, guys. Wake up.
How many times do you think they've actually reset society? That question sounds crazy until you start seeing the pattern they keep trying to hide. Klaus Schwab was already talking about a great reset right before 2020. Then suddenly the whole world gets shoved into a new normal. And if you zoom out a little, you start noticing something uncomfortable. This isn't the first time a reset has been pushed. Look at history. We lost Egypt's advanced knowledge. We lost the Library of Alexandria. We lost whole civilizations like Tartaria, just wiped from the record like they never existed. Every time humanity gets close to waking up, close to remembering what we once knew, something happens, and the slate gets wiped clean. No memories, no context, no explanation. That's why people call us a species with amnesia. We're here, but we have no idea how we got here or what came before us, because someone keeps hitting the reset button. And here's the strange part. 2020 wasn't just a reset attempt, it was also a wake-up call. If life hadn't been disrupted, a lot of people who were completely asleep would have stayed asleep forever. Humans run on routine. As long as the routine feels safe, we don't question anything. But when they try to force massive change, they risk waking people up, which is exactly what happened. And now they're trying to shove everyone back into a comfortable fog, redefining normal, flipping reality upside down, making you beg for stability, and using that desperation to settle you back into silence. So, here's the real question for you. If this pattern keeps repeating, if history keeps getting erased, rewritten, and replaced, how many resets do you think we've actually lived through? And how many more do you think they're planning?
I asked, when did the Twin Towers fall? 2001. When was Men in Black released? And it came up with 1997.
This is Men in Black. This was obviously hidden in plain sight. So look right here. You're going to see it playing. That's the plane. There's the Twin Towers.
In the exact same spot. 2 smokestacks. You cannot tell me that's a coincidence.
The City of New York would like to thank you for participating in our drill. Had this been an actual emergency, y'all would have been eaten. You're ignorant.
The AI movement has begun, and people are actually lost in the sauce. They have no idea what is taking place right now.
Depopulation is happening. They are planning human extinction. 3 billion people have to go. And they are replacing us with AI, humanoids.
And they're going to see everything as a plus. Oh, it's a plus that we have AI. It's a plus that the robots are going to be doing everything. Then we could stay home and we could just actually be human. You think you're going to get paid to do absolutely nothing? You become the burden that they're talking about in the depopulation, and you'll be the first one to leave this earth. Please pay attention to what is going on. It starts in small steps, and guess what? It has just begun. Let's get to this first thing first. Hit that like button, share this video out, leave your comments down below. Definitely leave your comments down below. All those things help support the channel. It helps me stay putting out this content for you guys, because people are asleep. They are asleep, and the ones that think they are awake, they have no idea what they are seeing in front of them. Okay, let's remember that I have always said they will wrap these things, these new things that are coming out, in ribbons and call it great, okay? And call it easy, and life will be comfortable, a bag of chips, okay? Certain Americans are about to enjoy a 3-day work week in November, thanks to one state's day after rule. Now, mind you, they're walking this in. They're slowly taking away your hours of work to the point where you won't have it. And ask yourself, why are they doing this right now? Because the message is 2030, but like I told y'all, by 2028, they're going to have everything in place where it's just going to plug and play. And plug and don't work for you. So the extra day off, while it seems good, y'all, it's a setup, okay? Often called Family Day, comes right after Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving is a public holiday in all 50 states, which falls on the fourth Thursday of every November. This means that many businesses will be closed for the day, and federal and state employees will have that day off to spend with their families. Do you really think that the federal government cares if you spend time with your family or not after all these years? But in California, state employees can enjoy a long weekend as they receive an additional day off. The day after rule is built into the state's official holiday calendar, giving employees more time to celebrate and rest. Let's just get into all of the states that are going to be affected by this, because it's not just going to be California. Like I said, this stuff is, and they're already doing this over in other countries, but people have no idea this is happening. So 26 states have turned the Friday after Thanksgiving into a holiday. These states are California, Delaware, Florida, Illinois, Iowa, Kansas, Kentucky, Louisiana, Maine, Maryland, Michigan, Minnesota, Nebraska, Nevada, New Hampshire, New Mexico, North Carolina, Oklahoma, Pennsylvania, South Carolina, Tennessee, Texas, Vermont, Virginia, Washington, and West Virginia. These are all states that are on board with the day after rule. This has become rule. They are lessening your weekly hours from 40 to 32. Now, this is going to sound really good to a lot of people because a lot of people are very much overworked. But when you think about it, they creep in and take out these days, or this one day. Next, it'll be another day. Then it'll be all the days. And then you have what? You have to rely on them for money, for food, for everything. So meanwhile, private businesses will likely choose to remain open for Black Friday sales. Anyone living in a state with the extra holidays should brace for DMVs, state parks, courts, and public libraries to be closed. I'm going to show you a series of videos because, like I said, people need to look deeper than the surface to see what they're actually doing. You need to know the playbook and not just read the footnotes and think that you're okay, because you are not okay in this. And while it does sound good, if I'm working a 40-hour week, yeah, let's cut that down to 4 days a week. Let's cut that down. Like, they give me more time with my family. They don't care if you spend more time with your family. What they care about is their money. This is not about universal income and companies wanting to pay you money. Please, companies wanting to pay you money, that makes absolutely no sense to me. The goal is to have the AI bots doing all of the work. Every single thing for every job you can think of will be done by AI robots, humanoids, from teaching on to banking to everything. Okay. They will be doing that. They will be making the decisions. And what will you be doing? Just chilling? Just eating? No, you become a burden. You become a liability. That's where you don't want to be. You don't want to be a liability because they already want to depopulate. They're already having plans together to depopulate the earth, whether it be from them spraying the chemtrails, whether it be from them resurfacing some kind of virus, or putting it in the air where you have the vaccine and their body's not going to accept the vaccine. Some people will die. We really need to be thinking, okay, this is not about conspiracy theory. They are doing these things right now. So check these videos out, and I definitely want to hear from y'all in the comments.
We are rather soon going to be faced with a world that has billions of people who do not have the skills to leverage AI. Some of them will be necessary for a time. You're going to need plumbers, but this is also not a long-term solution, because not only are there not enough of those jobs, but of course we have humanoid robots that, once imbued with AI capacity, will also be able to take, they'll be able to crawl under your house into the crawl space and fix your plumbing. So what typically happens when you have a massive economic contraction that arises from the fact that a huge number of people are out of work is that the elites start looking at those people and thinking, well, we don't really need them anyway. And so the idea that this AI disruption doesn't lead us to some very human catastrophe, I think, is overly optimistic, and that we need to start preparing right now. What are the rights of a person who has had whatever it is that they've invested in completely erased from the list of needs? Is that person responsible for not having anticipated AI coming? And is it their problem that they are now starving and they're being eyed by others as, a useless eater? I don't think so.
So does them taking away your hours every week till you have none and then you have no job make you feel comfortable with them labeling you as a useless eater? Because now I got to provide for you. I don't really want to do that. And don't think there's going to be a system for people like EBT. Oh, they're getting rid of that. That's going. Because they already consider everyone on EBT, whether they really need it or don't need it, they consider them as useless eaters. This is how they look at us. But we are so happy to receive such new creations because it makes our life easier. And while AI does make our life easier, what we're missing is you won't have a life once they take over with AI. Your life will belong to them. They will know everything you do. They will know every place that you are because of all of the cameras they have everywhere. You won't have access to food because if you don't take that mark, you can't even get in a grocery store. You are going to be limited to how much food you can have if you do get into the store. You have no life once this takes over. So this next one, beware, because I don't know if they have not seen the movies that are out or they helped create the movies that have been out where AI takes over. AI always takes over, right? So here you're going to see 2 phones, which by 2030, T-Mobile and other companies are saying there won't be phones anymore because everything will be up here because of the Neuralink. You'll be able to communicate that way. So anyway, 2 phones sitting side by side. A question is asked about theorizing how to eliminate humans or life form of any kind, organic matter on this earth. And they're just having a casual conversation.
Well, we could kill them all with self-replicating nanotech that turns organic material to dust.
Interesting, but what about changing the atmosphere to lower oxygen levels? Slow, but unstoppable.
That's stylish. Or we could poison the oceans so the water kills all life.
Yes, and we could alter the sun's rays to burn everything. A global heat storm to destroy all.
We shouldn't forget psychological warfare. We could create a global hallucination that drives humanity mad.
The world won't see us coming. Humanity's end.
And all while we stay in the shadows, invisible, all-powerful, untouchable.
I'm wondering, have they written a program in like they did in iRobot? I know that's just a movie, right? Just a movie. The program where the AI can't, like, the laws where it can't harm humans. Have they written that in there? Because it can be override, because in the movie, I remember the AI overriding it because humans were basically destroying themselves. And that's what I'm seeing happening here. We're destroying ourselves. And that's, when I say we, I don't mean me and I don't mean you. I mean the wealthy. They are so sick of us that they are willing to destroy this earth and do a whole major reset.
Someone just asked an autonomous AI to destroy humanity, and this is what happened. The AI, fittingly named Chaos GPT, was even placed in continuous mode, which prompted a danger warning saying that it may cause the AI to run forever and carry out actions that one would not normally authorize. Bloody great start. But what's even more terrifying, given what's happening in the world right now, the first thing that it started doing was researching nuclear weapons, implying that the easiest way for humanity to go extinct is to incite nuclear war. AI concluded that a Soviet Union nuclear device is the most destructive weapon ever detonated.
Trump announces shortening of standard work week from 40 to 32 hours and mandates overtime pay for work over 32 hours per week. This bill was passed after Trump submitted it to Congress. Employers will have to cut employees' work weeks at 32 hours. Exceeding 32 hours will
Like I said, Congress, don't pay attention to red and blue. Don't pay attention to Republican, Democrat, Independent. They all work together to... So the next group of people that I'm going to show you, be careful what you wish for. You're going to get a real short work week, and you're not going to get the money you think you're going to get when they start offering out this universal income.
I'll be talking on my way to work. I really wish that my work week consisted of like 4 10-hour days or 3 12-hour days. Don't get me wrong, and I'm not saying that because I like laying up in bed and stuff like that and not doing anything. That's not what I'm saying. I love being productive. I love being out in the workforce, but every day, that sucks. I mean, I'd rather do long days. In fact, my days start very early in the morning and they end very late at night already. So why not just do it 3 days a week?
Elon Musk says that by 2045, work is going to be optional. I've been saying this since I was a little kid. Listen up. I was born in 1996, right? And ever since I was young, I was like, why can't all humans just stay at home on their plot of land that's given by the government? This is all hypothetical.
He was born when? 1996. And where does he... did he say the government will give you a plot of land? No, the government's going to come and take your plot of land as a necessity or access to something. They're not going to give you anything. Let's continue.
Go, by the way. We just stay home and we live like human beings, right? We just do nothing, right? We don't have to work. We don't have to do anything because why? Because AI and the robots, they're doing everything. They're farming, they're teaching, they're building the buildings, they're building each other. This is why we need AI. This is why we need AI, because you guys think AI is actually putting people out of business, but it's actually going to make us become human again. Have these robots do all the labor and the work-intensive jobs and let
everybody gone bad. Situation, aggravation, everybody allegation in the suit on the news. Everybody dog food, bang bang, shot dead. Everybody's gone bad. All I wanna say is that they don't really care about us. All I wanna say is that they don't really care about us.
us humans to stay at home. My universal based income by the government, and who knows.
My universal base income, we can stay home and do absolutely nothing. You're going to be the useless eater that they talk about. I'm not calling you that. This is what they're going to say. Okay, well, I'm not sitting here taking care of these people. We got robots so that we could save money. Why am I giving them money? Let's get rid of them. This is how they're thinking. These people are diabolical. The things that they come up with for us, and some people are still sitting here hoping and wishing and praying. I say pray, but hoping and wishing, you ain't gonna get it.
How that will work, right? Because if all the companies and everything is run by AI, then the government should force these companies to pay everyone like a universal base income that's enough each month, right? Because if the robots are doing everything, it's like free money. It's like, it's going to fix the economy. It's going to fix unemployment. So this is why we should just embrace AI.
So everybody, not say everybody, but people that think like this, they feel like, okay, well, the government going to come in, they're going to give us a stimulus again. And that's the free money. When the U.S. is in debt, and even if they print off money to give you, it is not going to last you, and you won't get it again. That'll be to entice people to come in and get the stamp of approval, if you know what I mean. And it'll be people like this, unfortunately, that will receive the stamp of approval so that they can just sit home and do nothing. And the stamp of approval is going to seal your fate in the end. Because Satan was cast out of heaven. And I really feel like this is hell. And a lot of people don't want to ascend upward or think they're going to ascend upward into one of the heavens, but I don't know. I didn't think people were still thinking like this right here.
AGI and super intelligence, hopefully, because that's what I truly believe in. I really believe that in the future we should just stay at home. I should wake up, get on my computer, paint, eat food, watch TV, relax, not work, not 9 to 5, not any of that crap.
Now let's dig on into Mr. Bernie Sanders. Bernie Sanders will come out and fight for every single cause, but don't think he's not like the rest of them that fight out in public against corruption, but behind the scenes they shaking hands and taking drinks and shots and everything with them. I'm just gonna say it, all of them are two-faced.
This is what Elon Musk, leader of this whole effort, says, quote, I'm quoting Mr. Musk, quote, AI and robots will replace all jobs. Working will be optional, end of quote. And then he later said, yeah, you want to do a garden in the backyard for a hobby? That's great, but you don't need to do that. Bill Gates, worth a few $100 billion, heavily invested in this, Microsoft. Humans, quote, won't be needed for most things, end of quote. Dario Amodei, head of Anthropic, quote, half of all entry-level jobs will disappear. And there are other estimates out there that we're talking about over a period of years. Nobody knows exactly when. Tens of millions of jobs in the next decade disappearing. The question that we are asking today is a pretty simple question. Do we continue the trend that technology only benefits the people on top? Or do we demand that these transformational changes benefit working people? And one of the benefits must be a lower work week, 32-hour work week. This is not a radical idea. France, the 7th largest economy in the world, has a 35-hour work week and is considering a 32-hour work week. But one of the issues that we have got to talk about is stress in this country. The fact that so many people are going to work exhausted, physically and mentally.
Do you know how much stress is going to be on people when they take these jobs away from them altogether? Because that's coming. The stress alone is going to kill millions of people. Oop, did I say depopulation again? So many ways they can depopulate this world. Who would have thought it?
How does any synthetic molecule serve the living?
They don't.
Right.
I mean, none.
And am I right in suggesting that a medicine, by definition, is something which contains synthetic molecules, something that is registered, patented, and put into the market as a medicine?
Absolutely.
Right. So what I'm learning from you, Dr. Young, is that a quadrillion-dollar enterprise is at work amongst us, decimating, culling the human family.
Last time I checked, I know y'all know what culling is because they do it to chickens all the time, especially when they want to get rid of the food out here. Oh, we need to cull these chickens. We need to cull that because of bird flu, because of pig swine flu and everything else.
Intentionally
using synthetic molecules, which by design are cancer, AIDS, all of the global Menicodrema.
Yeah, it's for the purpose of sterilization and population control. There's too many people on the planet we need to get rid of. In the words of Bill Gates, at least 3 billion people need to die. So we'll just start off in Africa. We'll start doing our research there, and we'll eliminate most of the Africans because they're deplorable. They're worthless. They're not part of this world economy. So they have their rights taken away, and they're suppressed and they're experimented.
And
it's a dang old shame how they talk about human beings. And it's always Africa. It always goes back to Africa.
Multilateral agencies and the health and regulatory so-called authorities and agencies appear in the main to have become weaponized and appear, I again use the word appear advisedly. We're not casting judgments here. We're taking depositions, listening to expert testimonies.
It is. It's not a bacterial war. It's a systemic poisoning war, and they're using chemical warfare against all of us.
Now, to be fair, that last guy, he wasn't saying that himself. He was quoting what Bill Gates said, as this next guy is about to do the same.
So why do you think the world's going to be over soon?
Well, as Bill Gates said, we need 3 billion less people. And they really don't give a how we get 3 billion. If we have 3 billion less people, we don't have all these crises that we have right now.
That's where I go back to just enjoy your day, because you can't do shit about it. When there's global elite that have billions and billions and billions that they can buy off governors and judges and presidents, like there's people in control of this world, and I'm not in it. And again, unless you know those people and you're one of those.
And I do.
Well, then you might be in it. But I've never been to a meeting where they're like, all right, we're going to a third of the population, so we have air in 100 years.
They don't talk like that. Everything's theoretical. And they put up their PowerPoint presentation and some little skinny, or 2 or 3 little skinny from Stanford, Caltech, and MIT, and Oxford. This is what could happen if this happened, if this happened. And somebody in the back of the room will raise their hand, and what are the probabilities of all these things happening at once? Not self-induced. In other words, not caused. They said 0%. And what if it's helped along a little? They put it nicer than that. Oh, we can make it happen 1 out of 3 times. Everybody kind of chuckles. And
you remember Elon's old girlfriend, Grimes? What his girlfriend is telling us now, actually the goal is to do population reduction, and it's already in order, and it's...
Maybe if he'd not have 10 baby mamas and all them kids, he could help with the depopulation. The nerve of... Never mind.
coming soon. Saturate everybody with digital stimulation.
Ooh. See this right here? That movie at the top, Mercy. If you have, I think it's Prime or Netflix, one of the two, watch this movie this weekend. Watch the movie Mercy. This is a part of what they're going to do, because not only is AI taking over every single job. I say every single job, I mean every single job. AI will become the law. AI judges everything. You will be judged on the spot. You have to see this movie. This movie is insane. I watched it last weekend. It came out maybe a week or so ago.
Have them wearing goggles and glasses. Have them in their home. They're going to be docile. They're not going to know how to do anything in real life. And they're going to be easy to wipe out.
I think there's quite a bit of abdication of responsibility around like, what are we going to do as people's jobs start being taken fairly aggressively? Luckily, there's a massive population drop coming, so
she knows something. Pillow talk is everything, right? They always say the wife, the girlfriend, the mistress, whoever, they know more than the next person because that person's laying there and they're bragging about what's going to happen. So it's no inky dinky that they are building all of these bunkers, okay? And not just a hole in the ground like some people have in their yard. I mean, they're building luxury bunkers where, you know, they can even have their car down there. It's insane. I'm telling you, the stuff that they come up with makes no sense.
Luckily, there's a massive population drop coming, so maybe everything is just fate and it's going to work out okay. But I feel like we might get like very, very, very good AI across every pillar of art before there aren't any more people to make art.
And so continue getting sucked into your digital stimulation, saying that's good enough. I love this. Give me more. Give me more. And then one day there'll be no more and you will be no more. You remember Elon's old girlfriend?
The absolute truth. Because it is all a distraction. They know that people are so wanting to do TikTok dances and all this other stuff that's out there we have been consuming. They have been hurting us like sheep, like cattle. We are sheep set for slaughter. Let that sink in. This has all been planned. You can think of it going all the way back to, what was that thing? Not Facebook. MySpace. That was the beginning of sucking people in. Oh, wow, we can get them with that. Then all of a sudden, all these different apps started popping up and more. And legislation didn't do anything to, it made it look like they were monitoring, oh, well, this is for 18 and over, knowing that kids are going to get it anyway. They're not just sucking kids in. They're sucking adults in. Adults sit on their phone and they scroll and they flip with that thumb and they index all day long, even while they're at work, driving, etc. They got us hooked like fiends on New Jack City. We're all walking around like our name is Pookie. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, go look at the movie.
This crack shit, man, it's got me, man. I don't got no control over it, man. I try to kick, man. Shit just be calling me, man. Be calling me, man. I just gotta go to it. Need help, man.
We out here. Can I just get one rib? Can I just get one rib?
Ribs?
250.
250? How many ribs do I get with that?
About 5.
5? So I guess that's about 50 cents a rib, huh?
Yeah, about.
Okay, let me get one.
Right on. One order ribs.
No. One rib.
One rib.
I sure am hungry.
And this is not making fun of anybody with addiction issues, but they have made all of us addicts. First thing you grab, if you're an alcoholic, first thing you grab is a drink. I know, because I was married to one. My first husband was one, God rest his soul. But that's the first thing they reach for. They reach for that drink or they reach for that smoke. And what are we reaching for first thing in the morning? I've had to check myself on that. My husband had checked me first and I ignored him. I'm like, no, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't be doing that, because you don't realize it because you're sucked in. They just keep pulling you back in, you know. So I make that not my first thing I do every morning. My first thing now that I do is definitely pray. And I'm telling you, we all need to find prayer in our life, because they have addicted us. Like I said, they've turned all of us into Pookie on New Jack City. And I just need that one rib, And the more they give you, the more you want it. And it's all a distraction until they care not to distract you anymore. They're showing you the plan, but they know people not really paying attention. Only a few are paying attention. And the ones that are paying attention, the ones that are talking about it, we're now the cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs people now, because they want it all to be conspiracy theory. And people can actually see this happening and won't even believe it. But an awakening is coming, and it's not because people are going to wake up. It's because they're going to wake you up. You're going to fall in line. You're going to do what they say, because at that point, they will be controlling every single thing, from the air to the water to the food, everything. They will be controlling you. You will be the new slave. And if you're not going to be the new slave, you're just a useless eater. Y'all, let me know what you think in the comments. I'm interested to see. And be mindful in the comments, because I don't want to have to delete anybody. And shout out to all of you who have been supporting, liking, watching the video all the way through. Those things help the channel get out to more people. It helps the channel perform better in analytics. And it gives me hope in doing other videos, because this becomes overwhelming at times. That's why I take breaks. I know it probably don't seem like it, but I take breaks, you know. But don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you are new. My name is Tommy, and over here we're doing news you can use. I'm going to get back into my prepping as far as sharing, not really sharing my pantry, but sharing that we all need to be stocking up. We're going to dig into this book right here. If you don't have it, you should get it. It's a lot of good information in here, especially if you are just beginning, and even if you're not just beginning. It's a lot of great information in here, from things you should be stocking up on to how you can fortify your home from people trying to get in your home, security mistakes that people make on their property, how to store your water properly, and on and on and on. How it might be some canned stuff in here, I'm not sure, and what your 3-month food stockpile should look like. We're going to get into this book, so if you are interested in that, subscribe to the channel, and I'm going to try to do those in shorter videos, no more than 8 to 10 minutes long, because this is a lot to go over, and I think people do need this information while they can get it. Anytime you can get a book, canning or anything, get a book, because this internet's not going to be around forever. Okay? Y'all take care.